Clayton and Susie say they are committed to making things work. Thomas is planning a proposal to Becca and much more. Hey everyone, what's up? We are catching up with some of our favorite Bachelor Nation couples today. But before we get into it, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe to our channel and ring the bell. As always, I'm your host, Morgan Wright, and I'm joined today by Fiona Zaring. Fiona, it's been so long. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm so excited to talk about Bachelor Nation today. It's been way too long, Morgan.
I know it really has. And we're going to focus on three couples today. So let's start with Clayton and Susie, who we know were in a bit of a whirlwind last week with TikTok Gate, with Clate Gate, whatever it is you want to call it. But they said they're committed to making their relationship work. So the couple went on Bachelor Nation's Talking It Out podcast, where they opened up about how going through hardships, publicly in particular, has strengthened their bond. Susie said,
Today has been our first like full day together since everything, and we've just been in a car. And yeah, I mean, we've had like probably the deepest, most like some of the most meaningful conversations that we've ever had, and we've had a lot of conversations. So like today we really touched like, you know, new levels of the relationship, and um just really worked at communication. And
now, when I read this quote, I thought for them, communication really is key, especially with how things ended, with Susie and Clayton on his season of The Bachelor. Surely we're not surprised that communication is their main priority right now, right?
Not at all. And I feel like I am still a little skeptical about Clayton. I want to believe that he has, developed some solid communication skills. They've made it this far after such a rocky, bumpy end to that season. I honestly didn't have them pegged for making it this far. So I want to believe in their communication, but it feels like trust had to be reestablished, respect almost had to be reestablished. So seems like they're taking everything that's thrown at them in stride, but they've been through a lot.
They have been through a lot and publicly. And, Susie also touched on that. She said, I think the biggest thing we both learned was every time we ever had an issue or an insecurity or struggle in our relationship, it's been from an external factor. It's never been about our relationship. It's always been meddling of some sort. Do you necessarily believe that? Because Clayton's decision to end his season the way that he did, I don't know that I would chop that up to meddling. You know what I mean? He made those decisions. So I don't know. What do you think about that quote from Susie?
I'm totally with you, Morgan. I don't know who was meddling unless she's trying to allude to producers, but even so, I kind of doubt it. I think Clayton, to me, I think it was also, I mean, again, it's Susie and Clayton's relationship. I'm just an observer here, but I feel like the way he handled, that conversation, the lack, let's say, of a good method of communication between the two of them played a part in just how quickly and ugly things ended between the two of them, when she ultimately chose to leave. So I feel like that had nothing to do with anything except for the way Clayton was handling the situation. So I don't know if I buy into that. She also could be referencing that since they, decided to be a couple, were a couple in secret, and now are a couple in public, that the fights or that the bumps in the road that have come up since then are because of outside meddling. But again, it feels like it's outside meddling and opinions based on the behavior we all saw on our TV screens, which comes down to the two of them. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm a little skeptical on these two, but I do hope for the best.
Yeah, and obviously this whole TikTok situation was definitely somebody else meddling in their relationship. We don't know really what went down with that girl. I don't know if she got catfish. I don't know if she made it up. I'm kind of like wiping my hands clean of that one. But do you think that it would be hard for someone like Clayton and someone like Susie to navigate this public relationship when there are so many outside opinions? Because in my opinion, I think Clayton really cares about what other people think, about what other people say. And I feel like, in this role, you have to get to a point where you don't care. Otherwise, every little comment is really going to get to you. I mean, do you think they have a hard time with that?
I think that they definitely do. I feel like Susie is better at Clayton than letting things roll off. And I only say that because I think all of Bachelor Nation collectively cheered for her when she was like, no, when she stood her ground, stood firm. And then a lot of us were shocked to see them so in love on After the Final Rose. It felt like whiplash almost. So I feel like she is very confident in her own decisions, her own path, knowing what they have between them. Whereas Clayton, it feels like, let's face it, he wasn't one of those bachelors that all of America fell in love with and put up on a pedestal. He got kind of the pilot Pete treatment. He's been made fun of. And, a lot of people are calling him out for a variety of different things. So I feel like he feels like he wants his relationship to work, but he also wants to fix his image and he also wants Bachelor Nation to like him. And so, if you put all of that pressure on your relationship on top of keeping up with people, honestly, like myself, I said it, 3 minutes ago, that aren't so convinced you're actually going to make it, that is the kind of pressure that can cause a relationship to crumble. So I agree. I think he's going to have to learn to totally tune that out if he wants to be truly, truly happy.
Yeah, and I mean, even with the TikTok situation, the two of them just handled things so differently. I mean, obviously, we don't know what they talked about behind closed doors, if it did cause a fight, if it did cause doubt, but publicly, Clayton was very defensive. He showed us his location. Whereas everything I saw from Susie, she was like laughing it off and saying, this is ridiculous and really not paying too much attention to it. And Clayton even says that in this interview, that the two of them see things differently, react differently. He said,
We don't like see things the exact same way. We just don't. Like, we're different. We're hardwired differently. But I think is we what we always come to is we always have an understanding of where the other person, what their thoughts are.
so I know you said you're not convinced, but how long do you think these two will last, Fiona?
I think that they're going to make, at this point, considering they've made it this far, I think they're going to make a real go of it. I would give it a year, maybe two, like at least. I think that for them, they've had to go through so much and overcome so much that even if they end up in sort of a stale patch or a rough patch, I think they're going to really, really keep fighting for this. Because if this relationship doesn't work, right? Why was any of it worth it? It's one of those seasons where it feels like there was so much to go through. So if you don't find love at the end, then why did you put yourself through that for her and for him? So I feel like they're definitely going to fight to keep this thing alive. And hopefully that means that they're super in love and they're going to last forever. Like I said, I'm a little bit skeptical. No hate. I just am a little bit. So we'll see. But I don't think that we're going to get a surprise breakup announcement from them in the next few weeks. I really think that they're going to push and fight for this thing for as long as they can.
Well, let's move on to another Bachelor Nation couple who might be taking the next step in their relationship. We're going to talk about Thomas Jacobs and Becca Kufrin because Thomas dropped a little tea on another Bachelor Nation podcast. He went on Clickbait this week and he was talking about how he helped Taylor Mock propose to Tia at Bachelor Live on stage. And then he kind of shared some details about his own plans to propose to Becca. When Natasha asked Thomas if helping with Tia and Taylor's plans made him think about proposing, he says, as far as planning, has that given me any ideas? Yeah, I'm very aware she wants an elongated cushion diamond. I'm very aware she wants it to be very large. Am I aware if I will have a safety lockbox in my bedroom? I don't know. Time will tell. So he's definitely giving us some tea, a little sprinkle here, a sprinkle there. That's pretty telling. I mean, what did you think of Thomas kind of dropping this subtle bomb that was not so subtle, in my opinion?
Not so subtle at all, if you ask me. I mean, if Becca didn't know all of this, she was probably screaming after this came out. I mean, I don't know what to think of this. I feel like I really, really did not like Thomas when we were first introduced to him, but he did slowly but surely wear me down when we saw him on Paradise. I do believe in their relationship. I feel like They seem to be very happy. They also seem to be kind of just focused more than anything on just like living their lives as opposed to flaunting their relationship or doing it all just for the fans. It does seem like they are low key and kind of grounded in their lives as a couple together. So I feel like even though it's kind of quick, all things considered, if they both are really, really ready and in that place where they want to be in a marriage, they want to be together, I kind of think I would be here for it. I don't know if he should do it like this month, considering he just kind of revealed all of his plans. He might want to put this back in his back pocket for a while and get her surprised at the very least. But I think I'm happy for them.
Yeah, I think so too. And Joe even asked Thomas if he knew how long it was going to be until he got engaged. And he said he doesn't have like a set in stone plan yet, but he knows that it's going to be small and intimate. Thomas said they'll have a photographer. But the last thing he wants is for Becca to have, quote, another grand spectacle. Now, do you think this is some shade to her former engagements with Ari and Garrett, who she both got to engaged to, on a reality television show?
I think it's definitely a little shade, whether it's intended to be like sassy and salty or it's just the truth. Like those engagements didn't work out, right? So I feel like what's really, really important is that this time it feel different in every way possible. If it mimics one of those, failed engagements, that's not a good omen. So I think he definitely is correct in this thought process here, not going for the classic Bachelor Nation special and going for something that feels real.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to move on to our final Bachelor Nation couple. In my opinion, these two are the most real as it gets. Abigail and Noah. Still going strong. They recently both moved into a place together in Southern California where they're starting their lives together after months of being long distance. Now, these photos came out and Bachelor Nation lost their mind. They posted these adorable little beach pictures, and Abigail wrote that Noah is the butter to my toast. Am I the only one that thought this was an engagement announcement? I mean, these pictures look like they just got engaged.
Morgan, I'm so on the same page. When I saw this, I literally like scrolled and was like, oh my
Yep.
God, And then I read the caption and I was
Yep.
like, wait, I guess not. Like, I don't know. But
Yeah.
honestly, I think that just confirmed to me that if these two did get engaged, I would be like, heck yeah, this makes so much sense because I was so excited.
Yeah, I mean, and moving in is a big step anyway. So do we see Abigail and Noah in it for the long haul? Maybe in comparison to the other two, where does this couple kind of stack up?
I think I'm so with you. This couple is as real as it gets. I think that they're going to make it. Here's the thing, moving in is a really big step. And I have known people who have been so, so in love, but then just can't live together. And slowly but surely, that does take its toll. So let's say if in this next year, right, or 6 months, they live together happily and their relationship continues to flourish. I am totally convinced that a ring will follow and then many happy years of relationship will follow because they didn't have like sparks flying, the easiest path, all love when they were on the beach. They had some bumps in the road there. So the fact that they have made it this far, this happy for this long, they seem so committed and grounded in their relationship. I think they're the real deal.
I do too. I can't wait to see what the future has for them. I feel like both of them, just as individuals, are such good people. So seeing them flourish together, I think, is that much better. And hey, I think this is one of the first panels where we haven't had any like breakup news or any, rumors of breakups. So we had 3 for 3. Bachelor Nation couples going strong. But you guys, let us know in the comments what you think of it all. Which one is your favorite? Which one do you think is going to stand the test of time? We love to hear from you guys. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any Bachelor Nation updates. I'm your host, Morgan Wright, joined by the wonderful Fiona Zaring. Our social media handles are on the screen right now if you want to come say hi to us on our pages. But thank you guys again for hanging out with us. We'll see you back here next time. Bye.